A couple of things I want to talk about regarding Nathan Lyon today in particular. I thought he was just outstanding. I mean, let's just have a look at some of the work that he did before we actually get into this VT. I just want to highlight these little areas. These are the spots, of course, where he's getting all the damage from, particularly to the right-handers. So let me just get in there so you can have a look, and you'll see also the trajectory as well. The left-handers and Imam just playing these balls outside leg stump, which he didn't have to do, unfortunately. That was a brilliant catch, obviously. But the areas are really good, really tight, and then it was just wrapping up the tail enders basically at the death. So that was really good work from Nathan Lyon. We'll go into his pitch map now, and these are the pulsing deliveries. I mean, this is just terrific work for him, and those pulsing deliveries all in that same area. But again, I'm just going to highlight that those little rough areas are just sort of around here, and that again is Mitchell Stark just coming through here and always doing that job. He's so important for him. He has been throughout his entire career, and he gets a full benefit of that, so that's really good work from him. And there's not too many yellow balls there, not too many boundaries, and the good length generally around about the 59%, and hitting the areas, the good length areas for the spinners. So that's really good stuff from him. I also just want to have a look at a beehive to Imam, and this was the work that he did to Imam. He was bowling a lot of deliveries that were pitching outside the line of that leg stump, and he was playing at quite a few of them. But the fact that he was getting this sort of bounce is a real handful. If he's getting balls that are bouncing above the stumps like that, and then there's a couple of balls which spun quite wildly, as you can see in this sort of area also. So when they're spinning sort of that far, I mean, that means it's coming out of sort of areas generally around this sort of line pretty much. So that's a lot of turn out of the rough here. And because he was allowing him to bowl that and he wasn't kicking away Imam, he was continuing to do that and putting pressure on him, and the gloves were coming into it. So that was tidy stuff for him. And just one other thing for Imam, and I thought he did a pretty good job when he got 70 in the end. So I just want to have a look at his interceptions, his interception points, as we look at this. And this is the yellow balls we're going to drop and some red balls. First of all, we're going to start with the red balls. And generally these, the seam, you're not going to see much different with the from the seam and what we just saw with the red ones drop. They come down again in a sec, but let's have a look at against the spin, and that's pretty good. The work that he was doing to the spin, coming some distance down from time to time, and that was quite good at the start of his innings. And I think he realised, because the ball was turning quite a lot, he's going to have to do something a little bit different to Nathan Lyon, and he did that, and then also occasionally going deep in the crease, so pretty quick on his feet. So that was pleasing as far as Imam was concerned. He worked out a nice little plan, which certainly worked for him. We'll just keep and drop those red ones back as well again. And I think that he can be pretty pleased with the work that he did do. So it's a pretty good performance from Imam, but Nathan Lyon was definitely the star. And the way that he bowled in this test I thought was brilliant. I thought that throughout the entire series really did a very good job. But Mitchell Stark is such an important bowler for Nathan Lyon with that rough, and he's always done it throughout his entire career. And of course Nathan Lyon, I think tonight they're going to be celebrating together and clinking a glass or two together. So really good stuff from Nathan Lyon in particular.